What's up, witches? It's the Undercover Witch, and today we are going to be doing our readings for our air signs. So this reading is for you, specifically if your sun sign is in Aquarius. So we're going to go ahead and get started. This is going to be from the rest of July throughout August, since we're starting a bit late here. So the first week, we have our 10 of Wands, our Knight of Wands, and our 7 of Swords. Our 10 of Wands, usually that relates to you having like way too much on your shoulders. A lot of other people, a lot of other of our signs have been having similar, but they've been having like the 10 of Swords. So I feel like yours is not self-inflicted. It's not internal thoughts coming from you. It's coming from like, you know, outside the house. Like it's coming from somebody else. So possibly a boss or parent that's just coming down really hard on you. They have certain ideas that they want you to follow. We have the Knight of Wands as well, and that kind of enforces that this is somebody that's coming in and enforcing things on you. And then we have our 7 of Swords. And our 7 of Swords, I really feel like this is somebody outside of you and this other person who's kind of taking advantage of that situation, which I have been getting that a lot for several different signs, that there's always like, there's something about like the rats are coming out, you know, like somebody is just watching people. There's a lot of people watchers right now. However, for some of you, this may actually be you, because we do have these Aquarius sign here, and it may be you trying to like sneak away from this situation. So maybe if it's like a partner that you're like trying to leave like in a sneaky type of way, as to not raise any alarms, that's also possible as well. But I think, like I said, for some of you, I think it is somebody is kind of trying to take advantage of this other person's focus on you. So let's go ahead and get our second week. Also, by the way, if you have not already, please like, subscribe, comment down below. And thank you all so much too for being very patient with me while I've been gone. I just wanted to say that real quick. Okay. So the second week, we have the Tower in reverse. So I think everything has already been falling apart. There's never been any stability. So those Tower moments happen frequently, but it's like you're so used to them. It's not even, I don't know. It's like you live kind of in a perpetual discomfort. So you don't take note of it. It doesn't seem as huge as it does for other people, but it's still, you still have that emotional pull. It's just so overwhelming. You can't really process it all the time. It's just like, this is your life and you'd rather just have like a whole new life, right? We have the 9 of Swords, which has been coming up for like everybody, which has to do with like fears and just most of the time, however, that 9 of Swords, it's again self-inflicted, and it's like you're worried too much, you're thinking too much about nothing. But I think for you, your environment is just that scary. It's just not something that's viable for you, and so it's just, you might have a better like reason or a what's the word, like your fear is valid pretty much, because this is something that you have to go through quite often. And then our Ace of Wands reversed. I think this is you trying to find that light within yourself, to just keep going, to just try to, maybe even to try to fight back against this person who's treating you this way. And again, your fire signs is all about, passion. So it can fall into like anger and somebody just reacting from anger, reacting without thinking. So let's go ahead and go on to the next week. Okay, so we have the 2 of Wands. So there's a choice here to be made. Okay, so this is our third week. So to me, this choice looks like it's between like the passion, like going through this fiery atmosphere that you have, or trying to get out and going through this like air energy where you have more control to move around and get away. But it might be it might feel like too much freedom for you that you wouldn't even know what to do with, right? But we have the Four of Wands, which can be talking about like marriage or kind of walking through a portal. And so I feel like this could go one of two ways. One, this could be, yes, like maybe you have this opportunity to marry somebody and they're not great for you, or you're like, you have a roommate, your lease is almost up, like there's an opportunity that something's changing, your parents are asking you to move back in with you, there's some kind of like contract slash commitment slash change going on there. So that might be one of those choices. I could also see this being like your happiness, and you, as you leave, the option that, you know, it's not really viable for you to be in. But we have the Page of Cups here. So I feel like this opportunity is coming in from someone else. There's somebody else that sees what you're going through that has some type of message for you of how to like get out of the situation. So like if you're living with your parents and somebody's like, hey, by the way, I'm like moving out, getting an apartment, and you know, you're old enough or whatever, or even if you're not, you're able to go move in with them. Or if it's like a grandmother or something that you can move in with, or your parents, if you're trying to get out of a, like I said, an abusive situation, abusive relationship, that you're getting out by the help of someone. And we do have this Empress here. So I do think it is somebody that is possibly older, somebody that really knows what you're going through, and they kind of want to take you under their wing. This is something that you have manifested. We have the Eight of Wands here. So, you know, that passion, that fire that this other person is using against you, that's coming like a rocket basically against them, right? Because that's not the energy that they're using, doesn't want to be used in that way. And so that manifestation, the same energy they're pulling to be this ugly to you, is the same energy that's like, no, I'm gonna take this person and I'm gonna take them out of this. So that Eight of Wands is really like rushing in to like get you out of that situation. Lastly, we have the Star. So again, your sign, but this is a completely different situation than before, right? So we talked about the Seven of Swords and how on one hand, I do think that somebody is possibly benefiting from this situation in this relationship. So maybe you're like the scapegoat in the household or something like that. Or possibly if you're in a relationship, maybe they're seeing somebody outside, that kind of thing. I don't know. But on the other hand, it could also be you taking what you can that you have left and trying to get away. But it's about taking stuff for yourself, right? And the Star is also about taking stuff for yourself, but it's seen in two different lights. A lot of people associate this card, the Seven of Swords, with a thief or somebody who's stealing something. And I feel like this is how you kind of see yourself, like you have to be sneaky. And then the Star is giving back to yourself, but it's in a bigger way. And it's a way that you can be kind of proud of it, and it's just more relieving. It doesn't feel under high pressure like the Seven of Swords. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull a few extra cards just to see if there's anything we're missing. I don't believe so. Okay, I think we're good. So let's go ahead and get some archetype cards in here. It's going to show us the type of people, places, things, just the themes that you're dealing with currently. So we have the Vessel and the Mountain and the Castle. So there's the Vessel, again, it can deal with vulnerability. You're really dealing with what you're carrying and how you're carrying yourself. So that's kind of important to you. Also with that, again, vulnerability there. But we have the Mountain. So there's a place, there's a journey that you're supposed to be taking. There's a place you're supposed to be getting to. And I do think that is this journey here you're going to take, where you're making this big change in your life. And we have the Castle as well. And I do feel that this is a space that you are stuck in, and it's not there's illusions around it, right? That you're stuck in this space, but you think it's a castle, so it's okay to be stuck there, but it's not. Just because it looks nice or looks fancy on the outside doesn't mean that it's truly that way on the inside. So just be mindful of that. I know a lot of people who are in situations like that, they're like, well, you know, my parents pay for everything and they really help out. And it's like, okay, so you're living in their mansion, but you know, they're abusing you, or they're not happy with you, or they don't approve of your life choices. So you're not really getting anywhere that you want to in life. So you're just really wasting all this time, right? So just make sure that you're watching out for yourself and what you need and your interest and what you like. I'm going to go ahead and pull some goal cards. So you're strong. You're a Kelly Clarkson song. You got this, Jonathan Van Ness. And I think that is perfect. I do think that you just need some strength right now, and that is what you are. That's what you have. So keep telling yourself that you're strong so that you can keep moving and get through this. Let's go ahead and grab an angel message. If you don't believe in angels, no worries. But we got self-respect, and it's from Archangel Michael. So your self-respect just has to do with making sure that you aren't allowing others to step on you. Don't allow others to not let you take up space. You deserve your space. You deserve respect. But first you have to respect yourself and acknowledge what you deserve. 2, we have explore your options. So again, don't just think this is the way of life. This is how things are going to be. There's other ways for you to get out. There's other opportunities for you to look for. So make sure that those are catching your eye and you're paying attention to them. And then innocence. And this one, I think right now you've been having to kind of give yourself that sense of innocence to just kind of justify everything that's going on, everything that's happening. But you can still have that to you. You can still be a kind person. You can still be an innocent person and acknowledge, like, okay, what's going down right now isn't right for me, and I need help. I need to get out. And you can ask for help. People are going to see that innocence in you and want to help you. So that's going to be good to bring that with you. It's not something you have to leave behind. Last but not least, we're going to do our yes or no questions. So take in everything, and 1, 2, 3. We have yes, and let's go ahead and see what we got. So you have the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands is all about movement. So you're moving somewhere, you're on the road. We have the Hermit as well, which is about being alone. So I do think that you're going off on a journey. It's not really about being alone, but it's about going off on a journey on your own. And I do have the Knight of Wands here, which is the same card earlier that we had that was causing so much conflict in your life, and who was mistreating you. So I do think that this is a journey away from this person. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Second question, we have yes. So I have the 6 of Chalices and the 10 of Chalices. So that innocence from the past that you were gifted, you're going to get to keep it. You're going to get to a place where you can have that happy ending that you're looking for. And you're not going to be in this space right here where it's harming that part of you. Because that is why you feel so much. So, there. 1, 2, 3. That last question is no. We have the King of Swords, the 2 of Swords, and the 7 of Swords. So, whew. This one's kind of complicated because I do feel like there's going to be some like misbehavior by this other person as you leave, but I don't think that it's something you're going to be affected by. I think you're going to make it out before they can cause any real damage, and it'll just be the separation. But also I feel like even if you needed to, you would have what you needed to get by to make it. So just be careful. Make sure you are staying with people that care about you. If you're worried about your safety, you know, take precautions, carry safety protection thingies, you know, so be smart always. And like I said, you're kind of doing the right thing right now, where you're kind of plotting on the side. Okay, let me get all my stuff together quietly so that I can get out. That's pretty a good thing to do. Try to reach out to as many people you know are on your side as possible, and so that you can get out and get that done. So I hope that this was helpful. I'm real quick. Let me just. Ooh, where'd you go? Okay, so we have a rune, which is Reho, which is about the riches of life. So I do think that good things are coming. You just need to make it through this patch right here, and things are going to get better. Just keep fighting, and I hope everything goes well. I'm worried about you, but again, just because, you know, I know what it's like to be in those types of situations. So I really do hope that everything goes well and that you're safe. Of course, there's such a big range of people that get these messages, right? So for some of you, you know, that safety aspect may not be such a large concern for some others. So I don't want to say like, oh, y'all are like gonna be 100% fine, don't worry. But, you know, I know things change. But I'll go ahead and link some resources, some phone numbers for y'all down in the description if needed, since we're covering a very sensitive topic. And again, I hope that y'all are doing well, and I hope that y'all have a great weekend. And that's all I got for you today. So go ahead and let's stay tuned for next week. We'll see what else comes up when you look for your moon sign, okay?